Hello, Westland High School, and welcome to The Breakdown, the monthly broadcast program where we bring you stories from on and off campus.
As we're nearing the end of 2019, we decided to bring you special stories about the best of West Lynn.
We wanted to bring you stories about the best parks, music, and even best decorated classrooms. All that and more, so stick around to find out. I'm Kylie Zeman.
And I'm Mason Self, and this is The Breakdown.
First up, we're taking a look at 2019's biggest hits, coming to you from Gracie and I.
Go.
Hi, Westland High School. My name is Kylie Zeman, and today we're breaking down the top songs of 2019. Starting off, we have one of the world's most popular artists, coming in at number 5, Ariana Grande's Thank You Next. Ariana's new album, Thank You Next, was released in February this year. It topped the charts after releasing and stayed the number 1 song for 7 weeks. Shortly after, its music video became a hot topic and has become one of Ariana's greatest hits. Next, rising star Lizzo made her big debut this year by introducing us to her hit Truth Hurts. Lizzo has impacted many listeners because of her message for self-love and independence. After 4 weeks at number 1, she still impacts the media with her positive messages. Third song on the list is Sucker by the Jonas Brothers. After breaking up in 2013, this boy band surprised many fans with the release of Sucker. This song quickly rose to number 1, and shortly after, the group released their first album since breaking up, Happiness Begins. Our final song is Old Town Road by Lil Nas. This song became so popular that it produced several remixes, one of the most popular being with Billy Ray Cyrus, which was performed at the BET Awards. It spent 17 weeks at the top and won 7 awards overall. Although it was released in late 2018, it was definitely 2019's biggest hit. That's all we have for you. If your favorite song didn't get mentioned, let us know at WLHSnow.com. Reporting for WLHS Now, this is Kylie Zeman.
Wow, great job, Kylie and Gracie. Hey, Kylie, have you ever read police logs before?
You know what? No, I haven't.
Well, Nolan and Aiden have taken a closer look at some of the more memorable police logs of 2019.
Hi, I'm Nolan Lampson, and as our breakdown staff reflects on the finer things of 2019, City correspondent Aiden Erdahl and I took a look back at one of Westland's most coveted treasures, the Tidings newspaper police log. Our community newspaper reports weekly on the calls that our police force receive, and some say that callers can be a little too cautious at times.
Nolan and I chose 5 of our favorite log entries from the year, which we believe are some of the log's greatest hits. The log itself has actually reached national news for its uniqueness and special ties to our town. Here's a look at some of the best.
Drum roll for number 5. On August 13th at 5:56 p.m., an employee at Senior Taco told police that a customer got angry with him for not making his burrito quickly enough. And I don't know about you, and I don't know about people watching at home, but this one seems pretty standard to me. I mean, the guy was probably late to his bingo game with the boys, or maybe he was trying to break a world record for fastest burrito made in a restaurant. So, is it 911 worthy? To this caller, apparently so.
Number 4. On September 12th at 7:47 p.m., police received a call from someone who said a squirrel was in the middle of a roadway and not doing well.
Jeez.
You have to love the choice of words here. Not doing well is a very good description. It really paints an image in your head. We all know a squirrel or two that isn't doing well. I know a few myself for sure.
Of course. Number 3, October 21st, early in the morning at 8:14 a.m., someone in their house complained that 7 employees of a daycare were parked on their street when the daycare was only supposed to have 3 employees. Now, the fact that this daycare is employing more than 7 people, or even talking to people outside of their daycare, is pretty ridiculous to me, and that's enough to warrant a police call, for sure. Diligent work by our citizens, and you, Westland, you get a gold star.
Number 2. On February the 17th at 4:24 p.m., a caller said she wanted her children gone because they don't follow her rules and trash mom's house.
Can't believe it.
Some may believe this caller is complaining about her little kids, but it is entirely possible that the caller is older, complaining that her adult children are back in the home and jumping on her couch and ruining all of her sewing work. Unbelievable.
Just awful. And number 1, April 11th of this last year, a man told police he had just received a call from his 13-year-old son, who was being chased and yelled at by his grandma for refusing to go to his piano lesson. I mean, you gotta love grandma.
Well, many find the police log humorous, and the newspaper chooses not to print serious crimes or offenses out of respect. It is something of a marvel that our citizens are dialed in, and sometimes maybe a little too much.
Well, better to be over-prepared, I guess. We hope the level of community involvement in our town continues into next year, for the true safety of our police, our citizens, and of course, our grandmas.
Reporting for WLHS Now, this has been Aiden Erdahl.
And I'm Nolan Lamson.
Wow, those police logs were pretty memorable.
I definitely won't be forgetting them anytime soon. Kaden and I had the opportunity to conduct a Snapchat poll, and we found the top 3 best decorated classrooms here at Westland. And here are our results. There are a lot of really cool classrooms here at Westland. This year, Kaden and I decided to go check some of them out and find out the top 3 best classrooms. We have Mr. Bingham's classroom at number 3. Let's jump in. Whoa, let's head into Bingham's classroom and see what's inside. Thanks, Bingham. Let's head back. Whoa, that was really cool. I liked all those rocks and all the cool pictures on the side. And at number 2, we have Mr. Duvall. Let's climb on over there. Now let's head into Duvall's classroom. That was a cool classroom. Let's roll back. And at number 1, we have Mr. Jones. All right, let's go in and talk to Mr. Jones.
So you asked why is there a lot of Snoopy stuff and Peanut stuff here. It goes back to when I was teaching middle school, and I had just a handful of Snoopy and Peanuts related things around the room. But students quickly figured out that's what Mr. Jones liked, so at holiday time people would give me gifts and I just started accumulating stuff. So it's been a process over the past 20 years to have all the various things brought in.
If you think your classroom should have been in this video, let us know at this email. Reporting for WLHS Now, this is Mason Self.
Have you read many of the Snoopy comics, Mason?
No, I'm more of a Calvin and Hobbes fan.
There are a lot of great restaurants here in Westland. Miriam and Maddie went out and narrowed down the top 5.
Hi, this is Maddie Esnard reporting for WLHS Now, and today we interviewed students about their favorite local restaurants. I hope this video helps you choose where you're going to eat next time.
My favorite restaurant is Tilt Burger. The main thing for me is the food's amazing. Everything tastes really good. They have lots of really unique burgers. And then also just the location of it's really cool. It's downtown Portland. You have all the different shops around you, different stores. I usually order I think it's called the Hawaiian burger. It's a patty with onion ring, teriyaki barbecue sauce, pineapple, ham, and cheese. And it's just best thing you'll ever have in your entire life. There's no comparing to it.
Right now I want Mi Familia because their calzones kind of slap and I would like that right now. Calzone, the meat one.
My favorite restaurant is Buster's. I really like Texas style barbecue. I normally get turkey on an onion roll and I normally get a side of green beans and mashed potatoes with extra gravy.
My favorite restaurant is Asian Kitchen. Asian Kitchen is my favorite restaurant because it's halfway in between my house and the high school. So it's like 5-6 minutes to get there for me, 5-6 minutes to the high school. I can make it there and back quick on lunch. I can pick it up on my way to school if I'm coming here on the weekends or something. So, and the chicken pad thai always tops.
Wow, those are some good choices. I really need to check out that Texas style barbecue because I love barbecue and I'm from Texas.
That really does sound good. You should also check out some of the parks in our area. Here's Joe with the top 3 parks you should go to.
Hi, I'm Jojo Holla, and today we're going to be visiting 5 different parks around the Westland area and grading them on a scale from 0 to 50 based on 5 different categories: attractiveness, accessibility, rec area, sport courts, and playgrounds. Let's go. Our first park is Sunset Park, right here. Our first category is going to be the playground. As you can see over here, we have 2 swings and 2 empty swing sets, which I guess could be fun if you have 2 people who want to swing. And next we have our slide right here, which is about 7 feet high, not very comfortable or very wide. So I give the playground about a 5. Now, as for accessibility, Sunset Park is located directly in front of Sunset Primary School, which is center in the lower east side of Westland, which is central to the majority of Westland's population. So I'll give the accessibility an 8. Now, as for rec area, I'm not seeing a whole lot of tables or barbecues for a rec area, but just to be nice, we'll throw 2 on there. Now, we're gonna head down here to our sport courts. Now we're here at the sport courts, and over here we have our tennis courts, which for all you tennis players, this is a pretty nice court, and I would recommend playing on it. And as you can see over here, we have 2 adjustable basketball hoops. One over here right now, which is pretty low, and this one over here. Both breakaway rims, which in my opinion are the best. So because of that, I give this sport court a 9. Ding. Okay, now let's head over to attractiveness. Now, for attractiveness, Sunset Park is a very nice looking place. For example, like on the 4th of July when the sun's out and it's warm, you have kids running around playing football or frisbee. It's a very nice, vibrant area. So for attractiveness, I give this park a 9. Now, let's head over to our next place, Tanner Creek Park. We're here at Tanner Creek Park, which is located only 0.1 miles away from the Cascade Summit, which is also home to Westland's most popular grocery store, Safeway, and which is in a great location for the majority of Westland's inhabitants. Now, let's go check out the rest of the park. Now, here at the playground, right over here you can see an amazing structure with 3 slides, a jungle gym. Directly in front of me, you can see 2 sets of swings, a seesaw, and other little smaller ones for smaller kids. Now, over here is a great rec area with a barbecue, tables, and over there you have a basketball court, which could be multi-use, depends whatever you want to do, with 2 adjustable rims, which for me is great. And over here, we have two full-size tennis courts, which for all other tennis players, this is another great place to be. So, for sport courts, rec area, and playground, 10s across the board. Now, let's check out accessibility. Now, here, we're gonna talk about accessibility. So, as I mentioned before, it's in the northern side of Westland, up on top of the hill. So for accessibility, it's not that convenient for anyone who lives on the bottom of the hill or even on the hill. So for accessibility, I gave it a 7. Now, for attractiveness, this is a very good looking park almost all year round, depending if there's snow, good weather, sunshine, overcast, cloudy, or rainy, whatever it is. Because of the playground, the rec area, and the sport courts, it's a very nice looking park. So for that, I gave it a 10. And here's your total. Now, let's head over to the Westland Skate Park. Now, we're here at the Westland Skate Park, and as you can tell, there's a really great rec area right here. So for that, we'll give it a 0. Now, also for playground, I'm not seeing a whole lot of playground. Another 0. Not really seeing any sport courts either. So for that, we'll give it another 0. Now, for attractiveness, this is a pretty good looking skate park. So for that, we'll give it a 9. And for accessibility, same as Tanner Creek, as it's only about 500 feet away from the entrance of Tanner Creek Park. So for that, we'll give it about a 9 too. So total is 18 out of 50. That was 3 out of 5 parks on our list. Stay tuned for the next breakdown for the other 2 parks on our list. Reporting for WLHS Now, I'm Joe Jahala.
Stay tuned to WLHSnow.com as Joe continues his series on the top parks in Westland.
If you're looking for a new place to adventure, here's Lily with one more spot to check out.
A quick Google search for the best hikes and walks in the area will bring up the walking trails in Camassia and Mary S. Young, but there's another walking trail that you may be less familiar with. Fields Bridge Park is a 9-minute car ride away, and it houses a baseball field and a playground for little kids. But there is also a walking trail that winds along the Tualatin River, which flows into the Willamette. Along the way, you can learn about the history and science of this place. Things like the Willamette meteorite, the Missoula floods, the Oregon Trail, and more. But the best part about this place is the beautiful scenery and the quiet atmosphere. So the next time you want to take a relaxing walk or just want to be in nature, Fields Bridge Park is the perfect place. Reporting for WLHS Now, this is Lily Frazier.
There's some great parks to check out, some good restaurants.
And I'm gonna have to start reading the police logs, and I'm looking forward to some new music in 2020 so I can get Old Town Road out of my head.
It really has been a crazy year.
You said it.
Well, that's all we have for this edition of The Breakdown. I'm Kylie.
And I'm Mason, and this is The Breakdown.